Life in a Brooklyn, we both have in common. We put our heart in our music, and besides, Ella Floss got a nice ring to it. Don't it? Can't get enough of your skinny and that dudes, and you be the only one. I'm tripping over you too. Nice dinner, of course I pull up with some flowers, falling for you. Didn't take you 10,000, not even half time early. Yeah, it's only after 7. Couldn't wait till 8, so I chose after 7. Your smile is 7. I'm one take off, but to show respect, I'll be done after 7. No, that's right, baby. Sing to me, baby. I'm rapping to you, so please sing to me, baby. Sing it. Back in the day, said they ain't show me no love. Back in the day, they ain't wanna show me love. Bitches try to play me, treating me just like a scrub. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up. Back in the day, they ain't wanna show me love. Bitches try to play me, treating me just like a scrub. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up.
Yeah, they call me Miyagi, and I gotta keep a trigger. All these bands get bigger. Bitches know I'm that nigga. Bank account 6 figures. All these niggas sneak this in. Hop up out the whip flipping. Big dope got me lifted. All these bitches keep tripping. Then I'm really trying to listen. Trying to show I'm different. Ex nigga keep bitching. Lean got me feeling different. Jumping, have a dripping. Go stack, have a spinning. Count that back in the days, they wanna show me love. Bitches try to play me, treating me just like a scrub. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up. Back in the day, they wanna show me love. Bitches try to play me, treating me just like a scrub. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up. Now they wanna come around because my niggas up.
Hello, Johnny. I mean, I know at first I act like I didn't like you and wasn't feeling you, but how you gonna take her to that spot? You know that's our favorite spot. All I wanna know is, what is it about her? Why is it not me? Call me back. You know who this is.
Joe, had my eye on you for so long. Yes, you're a goddess. Used to tell you you were beautiful, but you were being modest. Thinking while I'm working out, doing extra flexing, smile blew me away, and I love your skin complexion. You look at me up and down, then give me the smirk. Talking about you looking great, Johnny. Keep up the good work. Gave me the vibe like you were someone I deserved. And when I asked you out, that's when you hit me with the curve. I never looked at you as being out of my reach till you hit me with the "you like my little brother" speech. I laughed to myself like, wow, she turned me down, knowing that I got the charm and the $1 million smile. I gotta get back. I ain't used to no rejection, like Jake said. Put my pimpin' back into perspective. But what really made me grin is that she got jealous when I got attention from another one.
Should've been you. But you were playing games like you look like a fool. Now you look like a fool. Getting on that, seeing me with another girl. And you're all alone. You're jealous. You're jealous, very jealous.
So I'm chillin' with the new chick, trying to get to know her, making sure that I'm a gentleman, the way the man's supposed to. It's always a good time, anytime we link. Always got some good food, and sometimes we get some drinks. Then I see Monique, like, nah, she wasn't there. She walks over like, wow, can't believe you brought her here. She like, oh boy, this whole thing is so fake. It's no way both of y'all sitting here on a date. I look at her in shock, face kinda delirious. I stared and said, wow, Mo, you can't be serious. You being the savage, this more than curious. And trying to cause a scene in public makes me furious. No, you probably thinking to yourself, this ain't fair. But you had the opportunity to sit up in that chair. And after all that, all I did was grin. She was jealous. I got attention from another one.
Should've been you, oh yeah. But you were playing games like you look like a fool. Getting on that, seeing me with another girl. And you're all alone. Girl, you're jealous. You're jealous. Yes. What you wanna say? You already know the name. It's Lulu getting crazy and I'm supposed to get my way. Wet, sexy little honey, make your mama really love it. Got the shit to make it nasty, so come on and grab this fat. What you wanna say? You already know the name. It's Lulu getting crazy and I'm supposed to get my way. Wet, sexy little honey, make your mama really love it. Got the shit to make it nasty, so come on and grab this fat. On your mark, get set, go, ready for some action. Time to turn the heat up on these half-ass rappers. Here to make a stand on my hand is truly mad that I get it and I live it, so there is no competition. Want it? I'm the realest chick that you can fuck with. Hold up, only chick that you should really fuck with. Speak it, walk it, and run it the streets, and they gon' love it, cause I pick up with a senator. So now we on the money. Who's talking? What seems to be the major malfunction? Lyrically unemployed, meaning they are not working. Me over these doggy beats, believe I put the hurt in chest. Send them to the kitchen, I got the oven, I'm starting. Caramel, thick little diva. So sick with my words that I always got the fever. Oh, sick of no love, then I'm always gonna leave them. Now I stepped up, better catch up, cause I'll be forced to leave ya. What you wanna say? You already know the name. It's Lulu getting crazy and I'm supposed to get my way. Yeah, sexy little honey, make your mama really love it. Got the shit to make it nasty, so come on and grab this fat. What you wanna say? You already know the name. It's Lulu getting crazy and I'm supposed to get my way. Yeah, sexy little honey, make your mama really love it. Got the shit to make it nasty, so come on and grab this fat.
Bitches all potential. In and out of town, I keep attention. Ride around the city, started in the rental. Talking about that money, always sentimental. Always on the go to work out my potential. Live up to the part I know that I was meant to. Bitches all potential. In and out of town, I keep attention. Bitches all a mental. How the hell am I gon' rock this far? Turn my back to simple. Never thought that I'd be a star, but damn, my diamonds twinkle. Pray the Lord bless me a temple. Bitches dancing to my tempo. Got ambition and got a pencil in the pad. I used to be through money, making shit so stressful. Pitching pennies, leave it dental. Then I'm spewing through my dental. I be on my shit too. With niggas I know it's potent, like that's poets. Only speaking shit they been through. Quiet, my drama is mental. Thoughts that's filling up my tempo. Hit your demons, told me blow you back to wherever they sent you. Inspiration, I'm renewing it, releasing like I'm moving it. Clean from all the foolish men, hit licks like I'm screwing licks. Bitches all potential. In and out of town, I keep attention. Ride around the city, started in the rental. Talking about that money, always sentimental. Always on the go to work out my potential. Live up to the part I know that I was meant to. Bitches all potential. In and out of town, I keep attention.
Oh God, Lord have mercy on my soul. Oh God, I need a dream, mercy like gold. Oh God, stop telling people that you know me. Oh God, I was in these streets by my lonely. Oh God, Lord have mercy on my soul. Oh God, I need a dream, mercy like gold. Oh God, stop telling people that you know me. Oh God, I was in these streets by my lonely. Call her Cuddy cause she used to keep a pole. I ain't stressing out with shit, I'm on the road. You can't change the bad, let it go. Johnny Depp with a nine, let it blow. I know my niggas won't deserve me, huh? This crowd shaking my study, huh? Beat the trick, I'm fly in a birdie. You my type, she said what? I said Curry. Show me money, Jerry Maguire. Your man Cabin, he a liar. You my son, call me Poppy. Bitch, I got the juice, call me Gotti. I tell her shake it for them bands. She said look, simmer on hands. I asked her, do she got a man? She said yeah, but he's not in the plan. Oh God, Lord have mercy on my soul. Oh God, I need a dream, mercy like gold. Oh God, stop telling people that you know me. Oh God, I was in these streets by my lonely. Oh God, Lord have mercy on my soul. Oh God, I need a dream, mercy like gold. Oh God, stop telling people that you know me. Oh God, I was in these streets by my lonely.
Run it up. my dream, so I'm about to run it up. I'm here ready to start this under up. I'm gonna have it right on that. I'm gonna pound it. I'm chasing my dream, and I bring the team, so I'm about to run it up. I'm flexing the summers up, trying to copy a rig with the stars when the funds is up. Niggas can't run with us. Post on the app with the guns, it's fun to us. The bitches, they run us. I got the pound, so you can't sweat it, run up. I'm chasing my dream, and I bring the team, so I'm about to run it up. I'm flexing the summers up, trying to copy a rig with the stars when the funds is up. The niggas can't run with us. Post on the app with the guns, it's fun to us. The bitches, they run us. I got the pound, so you can't sweat it, run up.
Put with me with the max up. Pump shotty, make them back up. Roll shade when I run them down. Tell the niggas get it packed up. Niggas told me stop playing with them. So it's time for me to act up. If you fuck around with those fucking rounds, you gon' fuck around and get smacked up. Big bro got the max up. So please don't make me lose it. Bro told me don't do it. I'm about to go stupid. I got the juice, I hop in the coupe. But you know this shit ruthless. Getting to it isn't my nigga. And my mama told me never trust bitches. Grinding hard to get the bucks, nigga. Don't give a fuck about the fuck niggas. Niggas wishing they was gang. But none of these niggas can fuck with us. Hop out, let the juice fly. Just see a nigga duck with us. Tell him to mention my name. Yeah, I be running the game. And I be going insane. Putting the pain. Fuck what you saying. Niggas is choking that shit. And I come fully equipped. Shoot in the brain. Chasing the bag on the runner. Fuck all these niggas in front of us. Blue stain couldn't run with us. Blue streets, I be fucking up. I be fucking up.
I'm chasing my dream, and I bring the team, so I'm about to run it up. I'm flexing the summer stuff, trying to copy a rig with the stars on the front of stuff. The niggas can't run with us. Post on the app with the guns, it's fun to us. The bitches, they run us. I got the pound, so you can't smack it, run up. I'm chasing my dream, and I bring the team, so I'm about to run it up. I'm flexing the summer stuff, trying to copy a rig with the stars on the front of stuff. The niggas can't run with us. Post on the app with the guns, it's fun to us. The bitches, they run us. I got the pound, so you can't smack it, run up.
I'm chasing my dream, on my way to the top, I'm securing the bag. I'm flexing, they mad. If they ask for the name, I just sit for the cash. You know what, I'm back now. Them bitches, they have me, so I used to slack round. I stack up them racks now. Now all of a sudden, the bitches is back now. No, I do not need it. I'm married to money, so you bitches eat it. Them bitches is skeeting. You got it for me, so like they can beat it. I'm sipping, I'm leaning. What happened last night, bitch, I think I was dreaming. I'm sleeping, I'm feeding. To catch me a body.
And we are back.
What's up? What's up? What's
With
up?
my power
Can you hear me
button.
now?
He's here. He's in the StreamYard.
Yeah.
Welcome to our StreamYard.
It's a little different. Wow, like
Listen, this was our
I respect
Rawrrzone.
everybody. Can you hear me now? Ooh.
Yeah, I can definitely hear you.
Oh yeah, we're good.
You in our Rawrrzone arena. This was our zone for 4 months. Welcome.
Ooh. My bad, working up the kinks real quick. All right, we are good to go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Perfect. Welcome to the StreamYard. Welcome to the Rawrrzone. We here. My name is your Ivy, your girlfriend's favorite photographer, and you are.
I go by the name of DJ Apollo. I am DJ for the night.
He's a DJ every Tuesday. You know, he's just being modest, and then he DJs also sometimes on Thursdays. Misfit Mob Radio, and then he like be DJing all over the world. He's going to Ibiza next week or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, hopefully.
I mean, yeah.
As long as y'all tell me to come, I'm there. I'm there all the time.
You know, so weekend vibes. How are you, my love? How was your weekend? What did you end up doing?
My weekend was packed. I was at surprise birthday party. I went to a barbecue. My homeboy had another barbecue. It was. I was just making moves, honestly, and I was exhausted by Monday. What about you?
Well, I managed on Saturday, and all of my shows managed not. Well, no, 2 of my shows didn't come. One needed a babysitter. The other one had an emergency, which was fine. So I ended up chilling a little bit with Wise Guy Hack from the Reality Check. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Reality Check. Dope bunch of people. Sunday was more of my chill out day.
It was just necessary. Sunday I was unfortunately at work, but when I got home, I didn't even relax. I went to 2 other events, but at the end of the day, it was a good weekend.
Nah, it definitely was. I got up to season 4 of Law and Order.
SCU?
Yes, I'm on season 4 now. Last week we said we on season 3.
Yeah, I'm further What?
But here's the thing, and this is what we were talking about on the show last week. You were watching past the Stabler years.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch it from the Stapler years.
Yeah, you gotta do that because that's why I'm trying to understand everything. Like, you can't just watch pretty much. That's like when they say you watching Grey's Anatomy, right? And you watching from season 12 after Derek died, but you don't know what the whole concept is before that.
I have never seen one episode of Grey's Anatomy at all. I know, like, it's bad, but I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
I mean, it's okay. You know, like, I mean, I like medical dramas, I like cop dramas, I like stuff like that. So for me, you know,
Let me actually say, I just never gave it a chance. I feel like I never gave it a chance because it's so long.
pause.
Like, yeah, pause, extra pause. But I feel like the only show that I've watched like that had 10 plus seasons was NCIS. I think I've seen every season up until 13.
See, that's my goal, my next goal, right? After I finish SVU, because the goal is to finish SVU by the time the new one comes out. That way, when Stabler and Olivia reunite, I'm there for all the tears.
It's just so many different things that I watch. Like now, I'm trying to restart. I'm trying to get back into Shameless. I stopped at like season 5. I'm trying to watch it over from scratch and then catch up and then go on from there. And now I'm about to start. What is it? The Umbrella Academy season 2.
See, a lot of people are telling me to watch that, but when a whole group of people start telling me to watch one show, right? Like when there was Game of Thrones.
Mm,
Shout out to my sorority sister Katya, but she's never living this down. So for I met her in 2012. I crossed over my sorority 2012. Since 2012, I'm pretty sure, right? Because 2012 to 2019, 7 years is 8 seasons.
7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2012, she started telling me to watch Game of Thrones. Everyone since 2012 told me to watch Game of Thrones. So because I was forced to by the person I was seeing at the time, so I watched it. And at first it was good, right?
Mm,
But they're talking about this killer season of Game of Thrones that is gonna leave you shitless. And I'm here watching Arya beat up the Night King, which was the dopest part. The rest of it was all trash. And I'm like, so you made me go against all my beliefs on watching a show that's so hyped up.
yeah. You really like exceed like you made it seem like it was like a must see, and then it wasn't that good. I mean, from what I got up to, I only got up to season 3, and I've liked what I've seen. But that's something that you really have to sit and pay attention to everything because you will miss
But
something.
you also have to read the books, right?
Hmm.
Because a lot of people don't understand why things have happened, and I haven't read all the books yet. I got like halfway through the first one so far. But in order to understand stuff like that, you have to follow along with the story because the story gives you more context, so you can understand why the TV show is doing this. And then on top of that, the TV show did a lot of fuck shit that was not even in the books.
It's always like that though. They always usually with TV shows to books, they usually leave stuff out because there's too much things that happen in the book that they can't put in the TV show or the movie or such and such, and they always change something because it becomes less about what the book is about and more about what people want to see.
Yeah.
What'll keep people watching. So I understand. I honestly didn't even know that Game of Thrones had books. So
Yeah, Game of Thrones had books. The Hunger Games had books.
yeah, I know
Twilight
about the
had a
Hunger
book.
Games. Yeah, I know about
And
those.
yo, you want to hear a Snapple fact?
What's up?
So you remember the leak? I don't know if you were ever a Twilight fan, right?
I've seen how many movies? I think I've seen like the first 2 movies, but I haven't
Yeah,
really like, paid attention.
there's five technically because the fourth book was split into two movies because it was 500-page book.
Yeah.
So Twilight had a sixth book, which was a prelude in Edwin Cullen's eyes, like the
Okay.
whole story through his eyes.
called Midnight Sun. So it got leaked about 10 years ago. And then my sorority sister again, she told me because I followed it heavy when I was
Okay.
younger, like when the books actually came out. So what's up? No, it was not. The ending was not lit. Yo, shout out to Christian Vega on the check-in who wanted to see Game of Thrones was lit. No, I'm sorry. Her and he finished and then killed her. And the dragon, like the only thing that was symbolic and I liked it a lot was the dragon uh picking her up and flying her away because her body was dead. Like that was symbolic. But I'm not. The ending was oh shit. There was a Starbucks cup in there. I'm not doing this today. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting you today.
There was certain.
I'm not doing this. No, we're not doing this today.
Looks like you guys go back and forth.
No, we can't do that today. Mikey's still not here yet. Shout out to our co-host Michael Bostic, who having a little car trouble, and I'm not even trying to make the joke right now because we're in a StreamYard bubble.
Did you see how it was outside today? Like,
Yo,
it was insane.
So Ray, my artist in Jersey, his power went out. Someone I know from one of the other shows on the station, their power went out.
Oh wow!
This power outage is happening all over the tri-state area, and there's people are not responding to it the way they should be.
Well, New Yorkers don't take anything seriously. New Yorkers don't take COVID seriously. They, it's like we literally have to like be stuck to take something seriously. So I'm not surprised at all. I was just surprised that I had to take the express bus home rather than taking the train because of the
But
train
if you have a whole car, why are you not just driving?
to work to the city. That's Midtown. Mm-mm.
COVID?
Yeah, but
Protect yourself? I'm sorry, no matter what you tell me, those trains are still dirty as fuck.
I mean it's New York. It's what are there 9 million people in the city?
Yeah, there's 9 million people in the city, and you can't tell me every night, supposedly according to Cuomo and de Blasio, that they have workers clean every night and sanitize.
I believe they were doing it for a couple of weeks, but I feel like there was a time period where COVID just died down and everybody stopped giving a fuck.
And
It's
they
just
said,
like yeah, COVID.
exactly. And this is part of our conversation later on tonight, though.
Ooh, what's the topic? I want to hear this.
The
I know.
topic,
I'm
the
listening.
topic is why is society a whole dub? Why is the culture a dub right now?
Well, it depends from region to region. Well, we'll get into that later, but I feel like New York makes it a dub. Exactly, the trains will always smell like this. He's right, 100%.
Who said that? Who said that? Let me see.
Christian.
Yo, says the person that doesn't even live in New York.
Well, when you go to like people that are not from a certain that don't see the same thing every day will see something different than you will. Like
Yeah.
so you'll look at it like it's normal, but on the outside it's just like, bro, like this is acceptable. Like yeah, so I get it.
So we should be expecting our guest though in about 10 minutes or not even at 10:30. So I believe in your email that you should have from me. Yes, you might have been born there, but who the fuck decided to go to PA afterwards?
Mm.
We're not doing that. You like it's like when people leave the country for a long time and they become a citizen of something else. You are no longer a citizen. You are a Florida citizen now, if I could be exactly right. Y'all left us for parties in WWE.
That's one thing I also haven't like. I don't know. As I got older, I just stopped really paying attention to like WWE.
Listen, man, but you could make fun of those stories. Like, in the end of the day, especially during COVID, you could let your mind wander.
Mm-hmm.
And figure out, like, different ways to just pause, right? But entertain yourself.
You really
because
catch it every time. Like I don't
you
even be
know
realizing.
you know why? Because if I don't do it, Mikey's gonna do it, and he'll jump in the comments and do it.
Yeah, I
Because
don't even.
if you saw in the group chat today, when I said one thing and he brought up the Glizzy comment.
That's also another thing. Like everybody's like, I honestly didn't even know what that was until somebody like made a joke out of it, and I'm just like, oh wow.
It's a hot dog.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, like
No,
people
but
been eating hot dogs for years.
it's the stupidest thing though, right? And hold on, yes, Christian Vega, you lost your New York status until you come and visit, which will be God knows when, because y'all got COVID over in Florida.
Oh yeah, and it's ridiculous over there. Like,
Oh man, but we're gonna get into that pretty penny from Mala Reignz, and then we're gonna sit back, wait for her, and yeah, let's enjoy it.
all right. So right now I'm about to drop that Pretty P from Mala Reignz. Working this out real quick.
Work, 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 work.
Bougie. Runs. Bougie. It's a drought out in these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. It's a drought out in these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. My pretty pink piece. While you was thinking about pussy, I'm messing with you and your beat. Now give me all of them jewels, wallets, and bags, and all of them keys. I'm popping off plates, switching through states, how funny that these. I did school, I did work, I did play by the rules. But I let it clown and his clown crew, but it's right into the tools. Time to arm up like got the answer, they slaying hoods, but they saying I'm out here with them shoes, cupid, friends deal with your friends. It's a drought out in these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. It's a drought out in these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. Not if you lie.
Those albums, she was fire.
Why you gotta go and make things so real? Why you gotta go and make things so real? You got me smoking more than I wanted to. I can't help that I love you. And I always wonder what you up to. Niggas always hit me up when you come through. And I appreciate everything that we went through. God gave me the gift when he sent you. And I ain't trying to downplay none of my issues. But I always thought it was something you could get through. Why you gotta go and make things so real? So real, yeah. Why you gotta do and make things so real? So real, yeah. Why you gotta go and make things so real? So real, yeah. Why you gotta do and make things so real? So real, yeah. Here you go. Once again, you gon' put on a show. You ain't tryna understand me at all. You just wanna get the suicide door. So show me what's under that before we come to that. I'm a pimp, I'm a fucking Mac. You could trip, but ain't no fun in that. We could sex, but once you bitch, ain't no coming back. And once I switch, this ain't Nintendo, you can't play me. This straight out the jungle, you can't tame me. I don't get tight when I'm right, but I get tight when you wrong and wanna fight. You crazy. Why you gotta go and make things so real, yeah? Why you gotta do and make things so real, yeah? Why you gotta go and make things so real, yeah? Why you gotta do and make things so real,
morning, I read the stories of the brutal murder of the 2 police officers. I also read the witness's statement about the bullets having no effect upon the killer. I felt sorry for the witness, and I thought about how easily a person's mind can become confused when suddenly they receive a brutal shock. I didn't believe a man existed who could not be stopped by a slug from a 45.
Yo, Cole, I'm sound good in the headphones. J King. Look, I was gonna do a feature, but I had to hit the whole track with the ether. Certified platinum sound through your speaker, smelling like that Blue Day Chanel in that reefer. Send a message, bet I never beat her. Back shots the only time I beat her. Titty wet, stepping in, slip resist sneakers. Now roll up more reefer. I ain't from Kansas, I'm a big chiefer. Look, the glass shattered, head tapped him. See inside, catching blood splatter. Playing on IG chatter, hoping for a hit, they pray I'm batter. I'm getting baked, taste the cookie batter. Niggas ain't working, they'll never.
You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. I ain't leading you on. The feeling's too strong. I just can't leave you alone. Fixed to my phone. You know that it's on. You know that I waited too long. You put the pussy all on a nigga. Girl, here's my gun. Come and pull the trigger. How can you say you ain't missing me? You got the body I'm trying to see. You got me feeling away. I need it today. Come to the crib, we can fuck anyway. Sipping this Henny, I'm feeling away. You know it's my time to play. Stop playing games. You done with all of these lames. You know my sex comes to claim. Tonight I'm gonna need every part of you. And you know it's me from you. In my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed.
Runs. Bougie. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You wear your watch by the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You wear your watch by the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. Pretty pink piece. While you was thinking about pussy, I'm messing with you and your beat. Now give me all of them jewels, wallets, and bags, and all of them keys. I'm popping off plates, switching through states, out running the D's. I did school, I did work, I did play by the rules. But I let it clown and his clown crew, but it's right into the tools. Time to armor, but I got the answer. They saying hood, but they saying I'm out here with them shoes, cupid, friends to deal with your parents. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You wear your watch by the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. It's a drought out in these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You wear your watch by the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. Not if you not valid. Fuck if you got status. No, we some chill niggas. They don't be Instagramming. They don't flick, no small talk, no tweet, no Snapchatting. They move weight all night like frames and play the shadows. Call me the heat messiah, 'cause I'm all a mystifier. Looking like Malibu, smoking a fist of fire. Fucking with my wave, in that case, condone the violence. Pull up my pretty P, pop it like my name Black China. Whoa. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You wear your watch by the hood, but you get it knocked.
I feel like Kid Cudi in this motherfucker right now. White pearl, my downfall while I ball. Hey, pearl, my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes, Look at my ice, 2 cups tight, 2 cups stuff. Big ass book, I'm having cash today. I got a rack today. I blow a bag today. I fuck on a bitch. My bitch was bad today. I bagged a bitch. I bagged the bitch yesterday. Just smack that bitch. I'ma pass that bitch. I get so much the money. Gotta catch that shit. Trippin' flu. Don't catch that shit. Bitch, trippin' go. Straight slime. Bitches after me. Not true. White pearl, my downfall while I ball. Hey. Pearl, my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes. Look at my ice, 2 cups tight, 2 cups stuff. Big ass book, I'm having cash. I got the badge, baby. That's as fat as day. So what would you say? What do you suggest, my nigga? I pull up, I bust the trip. I bet she bust too. She might bust you. Like I thought we gon' bust through. I don't give a fuck about you. Got too many killers in the troop. Got killers in the shooting at your roof. I got killers in the stepping in a condo. I got bitches in the shooting with a rondo. What I'm up now, we did with a poncho. I'm a beast, I'm a damn hit honcho. Skinny jean wearing nigga guns macho. Skinny jean. White pearl, my downfall while I ball. Hey, pearl, my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes, Look at my ice, 2 cups tight, 2 cups stuff. Big ass book, I'm having cash today. I got a rack today. I blow a bag today. I fuck on a bitch. My bitch was bad today. I bagged a bitch. I bagged a bitch yesterday. Just smash that bitch. I'ma pass that bitch.
Woo, we back, gang in the building. Yo, so what was that we just played?
This last song?
Yeah, the last one.
It's called Downfall by Monkey Polo. What's the that song that you told me to play by what's it called? Yeah, by Mikey. When did he record that?
So I'm glad you asked me that, right? So we last week we decided to do a remix to Rotimi's In My Bed. Now, Rotimi put out a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Best 16, and you have to post it on In My Bed verse challenge. You got to post your best 16. So what we did, we made a whole music video.
Okay. Because I'm listening to this. I'm like, this is Mikey. I'm like, all right, I see.
But the funniest thing was, right? So I showed this to mommy. You know, shout out to my mom. I don't know if she's listening right now. She probably is. So shout out to Mom Duke. So shout out to her. So she's listening, right? Because her coworkers have me on Facebook. Because
gotcha.
I grew up, you know, with all of these people. Mm-hmm. They've seen me since I was a kid. So they got Facebook. They saw the video. So they're telling her, your daughter did this. Holy shit, yada, yada, yada. She goes and sees Mikey, and she calls me up like 2:00 in the morning. And she's saying, like, agape mo, my love, like in Greek.
Yeah.
I thought Mikey was a rapper.
So that's how you found out?
That's how she found out.
That's how she found out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you shot. That's interesting. I mean, but that's, you know, that's funny. 2:00 in the morning, though, that's just like, all right, like, You really just really had to tell me, type of thing.
My mother works in the hospital, so she works overnights with the nurses and everything.
Oh, so she's up already.
She's already up, and I'm technically like I have my phone on just in case she ever needs me to go bring her anything, whatever the case may be. So, and it's funny because a lot of people that have not met Mikey automatically think because he chose with Live, who's a rapper.
Yeah.
All of these people that automatically he's a rapper. So when he came out doing this, everyone was like, well, who he think he is looking all suave and shit? I'm like, well, fuck it.
I'm about to put out a music video. You trying to shoot it?
Oh, you want me to put it on the screen? I could do that.
Nah, I don't even make music.
Listen, man, I'll make your music video. I didn't make music videos up until last week.
Yeah, I don't even. That's not my forte. But I appreciate people that could do it.
I mean, listen though, I could actually. I'm excited to show this off. Let's see.
Oh, you about to post it?
Well, I'll show you after. But we got our guest in the building, Miss Mala Reignz herself.
Okay, Miss Mala Reignz, how are you? Can we hear you?
Oh God, he really went and said that. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's have Daddy Mikey and Apollo talk for 2 seconds while I bring in our guest.
Bro.
What is up, y'all?
Yo, dudes like you are why us light-skinned men are looked at crazy. Yo, your name and your picture, bro, is hilarious.
Huh?
I said, yo, you're like the definition of light-skinned right now. I said, your name and your photo is hilarious.
What's wrong with my picture?
It's like, that's not wrong with it, but I'm like, that's a light-skinned pose.
Okay, we want to get you connecting our guest in right now.
All right.
Say that again.
We're having a little issue connecting our guest in right now.
Yo, bro, I played your song. It's fire, bro. The In My Bed remix that you made.
Michael.
Yes, hold on.
Say government and whatnot.
Give me 2.5 seconds.
His artist name, his whatever name. What's going on with Mikey over there now?
Sound like he on a motorcycle.
Hold on. 2.5.
Are you taping the females up again?
No, I'm not taping.
We need to start that conversation. You are about to start the whole conversation.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you. Answering that phone call.
Alright, I couldn't hear y'all. That was on my end.
Oh, gotcha.
That was on my end. I'm headed to the crib now. So
he just doesn't want to show off his car right now because you know that new Lambo.
Drive safe, bro. There's trees all on the street.
This is the hoopty. This is the hot box right here. This ain't no Lambo.
Bro, I understand, bro.
Lambo in my head.
As long as it works, it gets you around. That's all that matters.
Right.
So, Mikey, why were you so late today?
Well, I ended up. It's a funny story, actually. So, my mom had dropped some
goodies,
drugs in my car.
Okay, so we're just gonna go and say that your mom dropped drugs in your car. Okay.
So me being on probation and being the good boy that I am, I decided to give those back to her so that I wouldn't get in trouble in my car. So I get home. She said she needs to do some running because my grandmother didn't have any lights because of the storm.
Oh yeah.
So we went to Family Dollar to get some stuff for the cat, and then we went to my job. We went to Home Depot. We got a few battery operated lights or whatever, just to light the house up, just for the time being. And so when we get out the car, like I said, mind you, my car is a hoopty. It is literally the definition of a hoopty. Matter of fact, let me just give you the rundown on how. Oh shit! Excuse me. There's a whole tree down in the middle of the street. So
Yeah, I
that's
was just drive safe, bro.
Yeah. There. My car, you cannot get in the car through the driver's side on the outside. The inside you can open it. So basically, my car, either you have to have a window down ajar enough for you to unlock the door, or just leave the doors unlocked.
I think we got her, guys. I think we got her.
Yeah.
You got her?
Yay!
Ooh.
Hey,
Hey, welcome.
How's
sorry
everything?
for the tardiness, but I was having a hard time. I had to restart my laptop and my phone like 3 times.
It's okay. Well, you in here. That's all that matters.
We'll blame the radio daddy in the corner. It's okay.
Right.
All right, good, no doubt.
Only reason why you can't see me is because I'm driving. So.
Okay. And you, by the way, that picture, the same outfit that you wore for the video, isn't it?
It actually is the same outfit that I wore for the video. This picture was taken from last year sometime.
It's the same picture from the video.
Last summer.
So we're here with the one, the infamous Mala Reignz herself.
What's going on?
So
welcome to the Rawrrzone.
Welcome to the Rawrrzone. We couldn't be in person, but for safety reasons.
Of course. That's cool.
We
still make it happen. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I got introduced to you by my other artist that I manage, Ray Pearson. He's literally been your number one fan.
Shout out to Ray Pearson. Yeah, he definitely been showing a lot of support over the years. That's what's up.
He's still telling me to somehow nudge a collab between the two of you, but I'm supposed to play it off like I don't know anything. I don't know.
How you feeling today?
Me, I'm feeling good. Now that I got past the hurdles, I'm okay. I was stressing out for a second.
I understand it's been a long day with this, the weather, the storm. People have been.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Trees flying everywhere. A tree actually over here by me broke down. It broke and scraped the side of a building and broke a window and an air conditioner and everything.
It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
I'm looking right now at trees just falling everywhere as I drive. I have to zigzag around because there's literally a tree on every street. In the middle of every street.
Yeah, I think it caught people by surprise. We knew it was going to be a storm, but we didn't know it was going to be like this.
Yeah, New Yorkers never take anything seriously.
Would have never thought. When I came outside of my house and saw what it looked like, I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that much debris from a storm in forever.
Yeah.
So the way we have everything set up is since everything went a little haywire. You could also we'll have you join us in our conversation later that we're having, especially because you're an artist, you're a seasoned artist, that you have the accolades. You could give us a better insight on what we're going to talk about. But tell us a little bit about you. Let's get into the little bit early beginnings. That way we could get to the meat and the butter, which is your new project that's coming up.
Right. Well, I've been in the game for a long time. A lot of people either heard my name or they heard a song, probably never seen me before. It's one or the other, or seen me and just, didn't link it. But my name has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of things. I've been on MTV, BT. I've been on the radio. Did Sway twice. A lot of stuff. But I think what people should know most about me is, I represent New York City. I'm from the Bronx. Okay. I stand for, being a strong woman. I was a single mom, so definitely I talk about that a lot in my music. I represent the bad girls. Bad girls rule. That's my hashtag. That's my little slogan. And what that means basically is a bad girl is a woman who holds it down at home and in the streets. You know what I mean? She's about her career, but she also handles everything, her responsibilities. Kind of like a Wonder Woman. She does it all. So being a mom and a single mom, having to do it, by myself independently in the game, it was hard. But I had to be strong, and I had to. It was at a time when I was coming up. It was a few years back. So people didn't want to hear female rappers at the time. Really, it was during that gap period where there was like no female rappers, and we even had lost the category like in the award shows and stuff like that. Like that was the time I was coming up, so it was definitely like the door wasn't as open as it is right now for female rappers. So I had it was a lot harder for me. I was always like the only female on the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like the only girl everywhere I went. It was definitely I had to prove myself like over and over and over and over again. So just that's what I want people to know about me. Just been in the game for a minute, like definitely experienced.
How were you able to manage, doing the mom thing while still trying to balance the career?
What you say? Okay, I can't hear you.
How were you able to manage your career and being a mom at the same time?
I don't know. I just kind of did it. Take it day by day. Make a list. Check it twice. It wasn't easy. And there wasn't like a lot of support either. Like I just had to like figure it out. It was always like problem solving. Like how am I gonna get to this show? How am I gonna travel over here? How my transportation, who's going to stay with the baby, who's going to, like just a lot. It was a lot. I've had different managers. I probably had like 5 or 6 different managers over the years. But, just definitely always, I feel like the most important thing for me was having a plan, like having an end goal and just working towards the goal and figuring out everything else out along the way.
I commend you for staying consistent and pushing, because honestly, it's I mean, as you've already described it, it hasn't been an easy road. So I commend you for sticking with it and making it happen. Because, down the line, you could have given up and be like, oh, this is not for me, or it doesn't work. But I can see that, one, it's a passion for you, and 2, that you love what you do. Like, I'm about to say the same thing over. Yeah, but I can see that you love what you do. So I commend you for this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She even got a fancy background.
Oh yeah, no, I was afraid to move my phone because in the middle of trying to connect, my phone died. So I was like, so I had to plug it back in. I'm scared to move it or it's gonna unplug and die on me again.
Oh.
But now we're kind of more focused. There we go.
She's like, I gotta have a banner behind me.
You need to get banners on this. Radio Daddy need to get on that, like, and just get us all banners. That's it. He gonna make that money off of his video.
Definitely. Well, that's the goal. That's one of the goals.
He's probably listening while I talk shit, and he's on mute. He ain't gonna say shit.
Oh yeah, I'm listening.
But what is Scholar VMG, right?
Scholar VMG stands for Scholar Vision Music Group, and it's basically it's a kind of like a conglomerate. It's like a music company, media company, events all in one. And my partner and I, J30, and I, we had our own separate companies individually. And when we decided to join forces and combine the companies, I had Scala Music and he had Vision Music Group. So we brought them together and now we got Scala VMG.
And how being in business, right? I think a lot of people take it for granted, especially during this time with the COVID. How were you guys able to stay afloat as a business during the quarantine?
Well, the events portion of it, definitely that had to stop.
Yeah.
But as far as the music, nothing ever stops us from dropping music because we do everything in-house, from recording to Jay's a producer, also director. So we do all videos in-house. I do like set design and creative directing as well. And also like costumes and stuff like that. So it's not hard for us to make visuals and to be creative and make music and drop music. So that never stops for us.
So the visual that you did,
the latest one, Time's Up.
Yes. Was that you directing it or somebody else?
That was Jay. It was like, kind of like a creative thing. Like, it wasn't really much put into it, like as far as like planning, because it was lockdown. So it's not like we could get a models and other people to be in it with us. It was just kind of like a moment of inspiration, and we just ran with it.
You call yourself one of the game's the best kept secret. What I if you since you're the best kept secret, right? If you were to put yourself in a certain genre that's not rap, that's not hip hop, what would you name it?
My own genre.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not in the same lane as everyone else. That's clear.
Yeah, I don't feel like I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit of everything, if anything. Like, I feel like because I experiment a lot and I try all different kinds of things, and I like to, mix and match the genres together. Like, I recently did a disco hip hop record, and it's just, yeah, like I'm just trying to try different things. I just like to be an artist. So like I got bars, and I love spitting bars, and that's like my roots. But I feel more than anything I'm an artist. So my genre will kind of be like a mashup between rap, R&B, definitely a little bit of pop, maybe a little Euro, like dance. I don't know. I don't know a name for it. It would just be the Mala genre.
See, I always ask people this, and they always get shocked when I ask that type of question.
That's a great question. That'll have me thinking of a title for my new genre.
because the thing is, like, the people we bring on, their music is like, I don't want to say, no, it's unique. It's just like I'm very old soul at the same time. So for me to get into some of these newer people that's just talking about lean and all of that, I can't get into it.
Right.
I really can't. I will, Mikey, whenever he comes back on, come vouch for me when I send him tons of emails. Then I'm like, yo, I think this shit is trash, and I can't play it.
You just don't relate to it. I totally understand.
It's not for everybody. I mean, but that's the thing about music. You don't have to be pigeonholed into one thing. I asked the question today on Facebook. It's funny you say you were talking about this, because I asked, what's the hardest part about being a rapper? And somebody said the hardest part is trying to not sound like everybody else. Because when in years of making music, you can't help but be influenced by the music that you hear, So you want to be completely like an individual. You want to be different, but you can't help but be influenced. So, I think as long as you like continue to I think first of all, you got to figure out your sound.
Yeah.
Right. Once you figure out what you want to sound like, just go hard with that sound, because eventually you're going to get fans, people who appreciate your sound. You know what I mean? They'll identify with it, but you just have to like commit to your sound and, the artist that you want to be.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel like the people that have been in this game for quite a few years, so like yourself, people like Eluse, people like Coney Brooks, because this reminded me of something I saw on Raw today, Monday Night Raw, where Drew McIntyre said to Randy Orton, "You're here for a long time, and you received the good words from The Undertaker and all these people ahead of you. How come you haven't spread that knowledge to the next generation?" Do you feel like now, us that are in the industry for X amount of years, do you feel like we should be helped? And Apollo, I want you to answer that too. Do you feel like we should be teaching them, or should we let them go the route that they're going with the trapping and the leaning and all of that?
I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll go from there.
Wait, you're saying, do I feel like we should be teaching the younger?
Could teach the younger generation? Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that happens naturally, no matter what it is, whether it's music or just life in general. I think we should teach them, but also this is their time. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with them making the music. If I don't identify with it, then I just make something that I do identify with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and tell people how to make their music, but definitely will give them pointers, like, about the business and the industry and how to move and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I see like in any industry, the older generation does not teach the younger generation, and I don't know if they feel like they just don't want to, again, pardon again, but give them the sauce, like the ingredients that's needed.
You know what I think it is too? Sometimes it's the other people that don't want to be taught anything or don't want to be told anything too. Not for nothing. Because,
Yeah,
like, when you're young and you're popping, you know what I'm saying, and that money's coming in, you're not trying to hear nobody. You think you got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You got the sauce or whatever, and you have some older cat trying to tell you and school you. And sometimes you don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
I
So it's a give and take too. Um, I feel like me personally, like, I'm an older soul too. Like, I've always kind of been a little bit more mature because I had to grow up faster. So when an older person schooled me on something and they made sense, you know what I'm saying? I listened, because it's not easy to find a mentor out there. So whenever I could pick up little tidbits of information and like a playbook, it's like you learning a little bit of the playbook along the way. You pay attention to that so you can use it. It's power. Knowledge is power.
yeah,
So when you can actually take information that you get from another source and you can actually use it in your life to benefit you, that's power. Now, not using that's stupidity. So it's up to you if you want to take the advice or not.
let's do.
I agree. I feel like yeah, you touched on some key points. I feel like in because I'm in the middle of it. I can see both sides. My thing is, do I listen to a lot of the music that they make now? No. I Some of it I listen to, others I just can't because I don't get how people can listen to it. But I feel like now it's different. A lot of people have more access to music, so there are more people to influence. There are more people there are a lot more people watching. There are more fans there, so it's just like if you found out what works for you,
Mm.
you know, put 100% into it. Especially if you enjoy what you're doing, go all out. But my thing is always be open to criticism and honesty. So my thing is, do you always do what you love? Invest in your craft. But if somebody's dropping some knowledge, something that you never heard of, or something that you know, just in general, I feel like always be open to criticism. That's just my thing. And I feel like in general, day to day, you will always learn something from somebody else. I feel like in general, day to day, you'll always learn something that you've never known before from somebody else. So I feel like as long as you know you invest in yourself and you're just open to yeah, just like you were saying, like knowledge is power. So that's just my thing.
Hmm. Yeah, and you take it with a grain of salt too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, you pick and choose what you really want to listen to. And sometimes, even if you don't listen at the moment and you make a mistake, you learn later on you should have
oh, you should
listened.
listen. Yeah,
Tell us about the greener side.
The Greener Side. That's a joint produced by Hitman. Um, that's an interesting story. Actually, I went to do radio, and I got introduced to Hitman because they had like what they were doing was pairing like a artist and a producer every time they do an interview and stuff like that, and kind of like try to bring them together. So he played beats for me on the spot, and I freestyled to them or whatever. And then we linked up after the show, and he sent me some more beats, and he sent me some beats, and that one just was hard. It just stood out. So just wrote the record, and then we shot the video, and it just came out really fire the way everything just came out. Like, there's a lot of dope people involved in that one.
Okay. So we want you to introduce it, and then a pause can play. Then we're gonna talk to you about your project.
This one is called Greener Side. It's produced by Hitman. This one was on BET. And actually you can still see it online. Just put Mala Reign's Greener Side. It's still on the net, so check it out. It's fire.
Woo!
Hey. Y'all can miss me with the fake shit, fake shit. Don't shake my hand if you a fake bitch, bitch.
I'll work my other side. I'm a bit on the green side.
Y'all can miss me with the fake shit, fake shit. Don't shake my hand if you a fake bitch, bitch.
I'll work my other side. I'm a bit on the green side.
Look at me. All these bitches worried about me. When I walk up in the spot, I know these bitches even know me. Now they turn around trying to act like these bitches ain't see me. When they know that it's my life and my name is all about me. Many of the ego, call the people, now they offset. Egos, yeah, I'm bougie, I like an on speed, but I afford that. Rico, still pop pussy at the motel for that world star video. But they make it, now you just make it up on that. Yo. My car don't lie, I go shopping anytime. Face charts to my line, on my windows tinted black. I pull up like I'm Barack, hit the pulpit and I rock. Salute a bitch, I made it up trap. Y'all can miss me with the fake shit, fake shit. Don't shake my hand if you a fake bitch, bitch.
I'll work my other side. I'm a bit on the green side.
Y'all can miss me with the fake shit, fake shit. Don't shake my hand if you a fake bitch, bitch.
I'll work my other side. I'm a bit on the green side.
Drop like an E-class. If you take the body by your shoes back. At the bar for 412, but leave out them old heads. Put a book in, spin nobody book. Who can hop for looking for a look? Scuba diving in the DMs for BD, bitch, you off the hook. Talking about my hustle. On the off the books, my number's never short. The product never cut. Fucking pure as fuck. Always come back, no matter how we look. When I'm in the booth, you know I always cook. I'm hot dog, they shady crook. On them side eyes, turn that down. When I rock by, it's a drive-by. My car don't lie, I go shopping anytime. Face charts to my line, on my windows tinted black. I pull up like I'm Barack, hit the pulpit and I rock. Salute a bitch, I made it up trap. Y'all can miss me with the fake shit, fake shit. Don't shake my hand if you a fake bitch, bitch.
I'll work my other side. I'm a bit on the green side.
Y'all can miss me with the fake shit, fake shit. Don't shake my hand if you a fake bitch, bitch.
I'll work my other side. I'm a bit on the green side.
Hey, 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 hey. Yo, so shout out to you, Mala. This shit's fire. I've been jamming it all day. I was on live before playing your videos like some fangirl. No wonder why Ray's all hyped over you.
Ah, thank you.
You know, shout out to Ayo Mimi on the check-in. Shout out to Sparrow. I don't got the sound effects like he does on his show where they all clapping like ah. We got Scholar V&G in the building.
Yes, sir. Shout out to J30. Anybody need videos? You already know. Hit up SVMG Pictures on Instagram. That's J30. He's the mastermind behind the videos. He's the master director. He has the vision. So I know it's quarantine and video and pandemic and all of that, but shoot your COVID video right here with SVMG Pictures.
Yo, but that's what I want to say, right? Like, do you feel like with the COVID you had to lowball yourself at all?
No.
I just think it a little harder, like, you know, like with social distancing, it's just a little harder, like getting people together. You don't want to be the reason why there's a cluster, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just be mindful too, you know what I'm saying? We got to be safe out here. I don't want to get nobody sick, like, you know, be smart about it. It's going to be a lot more like solo videos and stuff like that from artists, I feel like, or just smaller gatherings. I don't know, or maybe a lot of people wearing masks in their videos.
So a little birdie told us, you know, even though we got COVID going on, you got a project coming out.
I'm working on a project. Yeah, it's coming along. It's almost there. I don't have a release date just yet, but it will be dropping this year. God willing, I definitely want to be able to promote it and travel and do shows and stuff like that. So we'll see how it all plays out. But this one is called Bougie in the Bronx. I've been working on it for a little while now, and I dropped, like a couple of little snippets of records and stuff like that that's gonna be on it. So keep your eyes and ears open. It's coming soon.
So what makes your Bougie in the Bronx so different from your other two projects, which was Calm Before the Storm? You have
Mala Reignz.
Yes. So what makes this project different from the other two?
Well, this is my first album. I never dropped the album before. Even though like my EPs and stuff, they were like a lot of original records or mostly original songs. It's different when it's an album. You treat it different, you push it differently, you invest differently into it. So this is gonna be something I'm gonna push hard, Not that I didn't push the other ones hard, but I'm gonna push this differently. I'm gonna move different with this one. That's why I just want to make sure, like, we can move, pandemic wise. Like, it's just a little throws everything up in the loop right now. So got to figure it out.
But do you feel like now how the digital age has kind of come up, do you feel like it's been easier to do the digital tours? Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. It's easy. It's easy to get the music up and out, right? You can distribute the music, cool. But then they got to be a lot of marketing, digital marketing behind that. And so the challenge is like, how are people going to connect with me if they can't see me in person? How can I give that personal touch, to everybody? So I think that's like the most important thing. Let's just say, because I was thinking about this earlier too. Like, let's just say we never come out of this pandemic, right? What if this is like for real the new normal and there's no social gathering anymore? There's no concerts anymore and everything's virtual, right? How do you touch people? Like it's when you like, if you can remember your most favorite concert that you've ever attended, right? And the feelings that you felt at this concert, right?
Yeah.
Like that connection that you felt, even though there was probably thousands of other people in that space with you. It's just something about live performance that brings that connection.
The emotion
from the artist to the fan. So how do you do that virtually? So I think that's going to be like the new thing, that artists are going to try to figure out. And there's going to be a lot of different attempts to do that.
But Mom, you know what it is though? Two things, right? One, and this is also relating to the topic I said we're going to talk about later, right? But we, as an industry, we took it for granted all of the opportunities we had. We took it for granted to go to certain events to network with the right people, right? We took we took performing for granted, and people didn't want to perform because they feel like they were going to have the next person and the next person. When had you put your effort, like how you do, how Big Man Global does, how Monty does, how Apollo does, Did Apollo freeze up?
Oh no, I'm still here.
No. I thought he froze too.
No, I'm looking at something. I'm still here.
Stop watching porn, please.
Oh, definitely. I'm not even going to touch on that topic, but like you were saying.
Oh, God. So, there's people that do put their work in, to do these events and, like, even bring out people, but then there's just some that think it's just a venue. So we took advantage as a society of all of it. We took advantage of life, and now this is like I consider this post-apocalyptic. Lebanon just got bombed today.
Yeah, this is like this time period.
Yeah, that was crazy.
One in the history books. Like because it's if it's not one thing, it's the other. And the one thing I commend people on is pushing forward, because through everything, it's just like you can have a mental breakdown through everything, but it's just like when it's just like, all right, like I got to do this, even though this is going on, this is how life is. I have to still figure it out because life does go on.
Yes, and that's the thing, though. Everyone is so stuck.
Yeah, everyone is definitely
on the path that we're gonna bring these showcases, and this. No, it's not gonna happen again. It'll happen, but down the line, once they have a better grasp of how they need to fucking wear masks and protect themselves and do what needs to be done. I don't know why, if you're 40 years old, you still can't wash your ass before you go to work every day.
That's a good. The way it's like, it's insane because everything is a day to day. You can't really have any expectations. You have to just adjust and understand that your goals that you had before COVID should never stop. It probably got put on pause for a little bit, but the things that you always wanted to accomplish should still be in motion. And that's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just got to figure out it's like when we went from cassette tape to CD, from CD to digital, and a lot of the labels, they were kind of stuck for a second trying to figure it out, and that's why we're kind of like in the mess that we're in now, where you only get fractions of a penny per stream. We got to figure it out. We're in the. I mean, I feel like moving forward, it's going to be a lot less labels and a lot more just everybody's independent. Yeah. So
because even Drake is going independent right now, or thinking about it.
I think that's how it is overseas too, like in Europe and stuff like that. I think it's more independent artists than anything. So
I think so, because
everybody's going hard with social media and figuring out their lane, whether they're going to be positive in the mornings and give those motivational speeches, or they're going to be comedians. You know what I'm saying? Or they just gonna spit mad verses and just do freestyles on their Instagram. People are finding their niches.
Yeah.
And you just gotta find your way to still keep connected, and hopefully, things will work out for the best. I think we're all just kind of like in this stage of figuring it out right now.
My main thing, I just hope people just don't it's like, yeah, you have to stay connected, but I hope people just don't put out content just to stay relevant. I just feel like I hope people keep the.
You mean like what?
That's already been happening. Just like people have been dropping songs just to drop songs, and that's why the content is so watered down. But I like what Beyonce does, because she's not one to be on social media. So what she does is she keeps herself relevant by doing these like huge projects that she doesn't even promote ahead of time. Now, of course, she's Beyonce, so she could do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying any Joe Schmo can just drop a project without the proper promotion. But what I like is that she recognizes that that's not her thing, to be on Instagram and to be on Snap and to be on all these other things and just be talking into the camera. It's not for everybody. Don't force yourself to do that. Because I hate when people, I don't really do that too much. I don't be holding the phone and just be talking into the phone and talking to everybody all the time. I don't go live all the time. It's not really my thing. And people are always like, you should do that, but it's not my thing. And if I force myself, you could tell that I'm forcing it. And then it's just a lot of fluff. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just drop dope music and kind of do my own thing.
Okay. So, I want to start this conversation because we're already on said topic, but I want to paint you guys a background story, right? Because I want to talk about, while we're doing all this, and a couple of people might be joining us, so I'm just giving everyone a heads up. But we're still doing that petty bullshit, though. We're still only getting point something for streams, and then artists are doing anything right now to come to to New York to do whatever to perform, but they get screwed over. And I would think right now with the pandemic that had came, why have we not learned from it to do better, as opposed to still working on the same shit, the same schemes, the same whatever we were doing back then? You know, this is why I wanted to dub the culture and I don't want to say industry, because it's not all industry, all of the entertainment industry. Because, so peep this, and Mikey was there too, so he could vouch for me. On Sunday, Ray had a performance, you know, so my only thing was I was going to go to show support because it was his first performance post-pandemic, you know, and whatever. It was free. Mikey was able to bring his son, so we all carpooled. Mikey came with his son. I came with my homegirl. A couple of friends of mine were coming in different cars. He had people come from Jersey. Now, Jersey's not, you know, it's close with a car, but it's still a travel. So it was already having communication issues where the person refused to speak to me because I was a manager. They prefer to speak to the artist directly, which was already, that blew minds. So she messed up some things with the flyer. Ray forgave that. Come to find out, on that day of, 2 people already drove from Jersey. They couldn't find the location because she sent a pin location. So we had to forward that to everyone. You know, the business, that's the overall company that hold the business, also said they had 10,000 people, like followers. So, and all of these stuff from past events, everything, like this, these people were catfishing us. So, no, bro, if I could put the pictures up on here right now and download them, it would be so bad. Mike, are you back?
It was like a show?
It was called, it was a show.
I'm surprised
I'm adding one of our panel people about this, I guess you want to call it. Yo, live. Welcome.
Yeah, it was good. Apollo was good. Katie was good. I call you Maria. My bad. So,
Mala.
Mala was good. Was good.
What's going on?
Yeah, you know, I'm in my tank top. Don't care because you know what you're talking about is serious. Yeah, I wanted to chime in on it, but keep going, Katie.
So we get there, right? We all somehow managed to find each other after FaceTiming and trying to figure out the point location, because we walked to that point about 4 or 5 times. And Prospect Park is a big ass park. So where's Mikey right now when you need him?
I'm here.
So talk, asshole.
You was talking. I was listening to what you were saying. You telling your story.
Okay.
Yeah, talk your shit, beloved.
So we go sit down to eat because I was starving and fat. And Katya went to go pee. Shout out to Katya. So we go now and we find Ray and we text her, take a picture of your location so we know where we are. Mind you, we're right in front of her. The whole time, there was no sign, there was no nothing, right? Saying that was the event. Mind you, she told Ray, we have a DJ, we have a sound system, we have great mics, and we have a stage. Okay, and you're promising all this plus 10,000 followers are on your business page? Okay, cool. We get there. You know, we're talking for 15 minutes. Homegirl was wearing dashiki and grilling, something like that. She was cooking something. We turn around and she's like, "Are you here for the show?" Yeah, where is it? Oh, it's right here.
That's exactly what she said too.
We are we're looking around now and we're like, so where's the stage? They're like right here, and below you found pieces of cardboard.
It was like cardboard. It was like blankets, like different blankets. It looked like there was like on the edge. It almost looked like foam, colored foam, like the shit that you would cut out. That kind of like.
But they was gonna have y'all breakdancing or something.
Trying to figure that out.
It was like a family barbecue or reunion.
And she was cooking. She was cooking. That's what was crazy.
What? She was cooking?
Is this person like a real promoter?
So that's what we thought, because of the following for the company. And we looked at the promos, like they looked professional.
A barbecue or a showcase? Like what?
Yo. And I'm sitting here.
My go-to thing, like whenever anybody reaches out to me, if I don't know them personally, I have to ask around, like, because it's very easy to fake the funk on social media, even on a website, online, whatever. Your best bet is to see who else knows them in the industry and see if they're legit. Because word of mouth is everything.
No, of course, right? Well, Ray being the person that he is, very kind, he gave them the benefit of the doubt, despite the red flags that were presented in front of us. So we all said, we're not going to obviously leave if you want to perform, but that decision is on you. Everyone told him that. So the woman came up to us, are you performing? He said no. And she goes and she's like, well, bye. And I sat here, right? I'm like, all right, Ray wants to walk away, so we're just going to do that. Cool. There was a video of me and my homegirl posting, yo, we're on the way to the show, yada, yada, yada. Once we left Ray, it was no sub, no nothing. It was just a general, like, yo, pull up. She reposts it. She doesn't say nothing about Ray. Mind you, I had no communication with her because she chose not to communicate with me. So I did what I did. I came and supported Ray. She reposted saying, oh, but she left. How unprofessional. Bitch, you wanted us to perform. You want, like, what? You full sabotage.
But you missed two very important details about what was going on that day. One, the microphone. She wanted you to use the telemarketer microphone, the one you put over your head.
Yes.
That was one. Two was the speakers. She had two speakers.
And the boombox.
And the boombox. And you couldn't hear nothing coming out of those speakers. They had you could hear the ice cream man over them speakers. It was bad.
The abuelos were playing. You heard Anthony Santos on blast, bro. They played that shit blast.
Right.
You could hear that more than the damn fucking.
It was bad. It was gonna be a bad overall situation because they just misrepresented themselves as, like, if it would be something different if you say, oh, we're gonna be out in the park, ain't gonna really be no stage, but we just gonna do our thing, blah blah blah. Okay, you could prepare for that.
Yeah,
you could prepare for that. But like, if your mindset is this people got 10,000 followers and they got all this going on, they've done work with this person and they've had shows with that at this venue, and then you go and you're next to a gazebo behind the duck shit at the pump.
Yo, let's not forget, by the way, they wore no masks.
And they didn't have no masks. I think they prided themselves on having safe COVID safe shows, but nobody had a mask on. Nobody. Not one of them, not one person in that whole section who was running the shit had a mask on.
And I just find it so wild, though, because then you came after me professionally. Why? What did I say to you? I mean, like, you must be really a hater.
I mean, sometimes people just can't handle the truth.
And the truth, yeah.
like the slander. They don't care for the slander. Like, it's like, oh, how dare you slander me? You don't know what I'm doing, blah blah blah. this and that, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. It becomes an issue for them. So, you know, you just gotta know, like, from now on, you just gotta do we gotta do better research on dealing with certain
listen,
things.
I'm not gonna go and say, yo, it was like, as a manager, like I told Ray, right, and I told Live, you guys also have to make certain decisions. Whether I could tell you it's a bad idea,
right?
You know, but you're gonna figure it out too. Like, Mala, you know, because you've had managers, you must have disagreed on thousands of things that you would want to do and they want to do.
Definitely.
You know, but my point, like, by telling everyone this story, is like, so many people died with COVID. We saw all of our lives change in a matter of 6 months.
Right.
Thousands of people are unemployed right now, and you're still here and worrying about scamming.
Yeah, you know,
I'll tell you something that was told to me a long time ago. Said your situation could change, but people don't.
Exactly.
People are gonna always have.
And now is the time people are gonna go scam hard because people are out of work. You know what I'm saying? Right. Unemployment, that unemployment, extra unemployment just ended. So there's gonna be scammers scamming day and night.
They're gonna be scamming.
But you're
trying to get that dollar.
Son, but the amount of effort you put into scamming people, couldn't you figure out a better opportunity for you?
But
some people have nothing but malice in their heart. And they have nothing but a take it attitude. They don't want to give anything. They just want to take. They want
not
to take.
Only that, it's like if that's all you've known your whole life, it's just like that's the only way. Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, it just sound like a ghetto person being ghetto to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. and then, like I said,
we've seen
don't even know that they being ghetto. That's just dumb.
and like I told you, Katie, the other day when you told me about this, some people, this is all what they do. You know what I mean? Some people actually do this as they living. So they, in their mind, it's like, I don't give a fuck about somebody's life. You know what I mean? I'd rather put the dollar first before somebody's life. So, you know, some people, they wake up and say to themselves, this is my business. This is how I eat. So they don't care if there's a pandemic or lives are at risk because they rather put the dollar first before that.
And like, yeah, on top of that, it's just like, and it's even worse because as a New Yorker, we grow up in New York with a hustle mentality automatically. Right? So it's just like, it's either you hustling at work, or you hustling in the streets, or you hustling for your passion. At the end of the day, you know, growing up in New York and, you know, just being around people, you realize everything is a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, whether you figure out how some people use it for good and some people, you know, they scam people. So you just gotta understand who you come into contact with. But I feel like everybody, like, living in New York, especially if you were born in New York, everyone has a hustle mentality. Everybody.
No.
Facts.
I just feel like all of this energy that's being wasted cannot help these artists
at all.
You know, and this is something I've said a lot of times. You know, we can't help all of them, and I understand that because people have their ways, right? And maybe I'm just too good-hearted, right? But if we're trying to succeed here, a lot of our business has to do with the clients, and the clients are the ones that are putting out music. Help them to make a better product for yourself in the long run. So you're helping yourself, you're helping him, you're helping her. Why are we sitting here clicked up, you know, talking about this motherfucker said this and this bitch said that, and then taking people to come from different states for things, and then they get ripped off?
Mikey, I know you itching over there, bro. I know you itching to say something.
No, why I'm not, because...
And I'm not throwing shots, because not every promoter is like this. I wouldn't remember.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, bro. Before I make my point.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm kind of quiet on this one only because there's just so many different ways and reasons that these things happen. So it's just like it's hard to answer these questions without really getting, for me anyway, without getting like uber philosophical and shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Go ahead and talk, Live. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, because you know I got a lot to say about this. Right. As an artist that's been in this circuit for years, I would say 4 years, Katie.
You met me long time
ago. Live 4?
You think no, more than 4. I'm way more than 4 years. I would say about anywhere from 8 to 10 years, right?
Yeah, I go for that.
So as a person that been through showcases after showcases, after venues, I would think that it would get better going all the way up, but it seems like to me, everybody puts the dollar before the talent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we at right now. And
to be honest, like I've come to accept that. I've performed at different kinds of events that wasn't even necessarily hip hop events.
Yeah.
And been treated so much better than a hip hop event.
Absolutely.
Like it has to do with us. We got to stop disrespecting our artists because I get sick when I hear a DJ clown artist. Like that shit pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Because without the artist, we wouldn't have material to spin. It's not like you're sitting there creating the music; you're spinning the music that you're getting.
Exactly.
And well, that's the DJ came first before the MC, and I have crazy respect for DJs. It's a two-way street.
Yeah,
the artist has to respect the DJ, and the DJ has to respect the artist. And it starts from there, and then when everybody else sees the artist getting respect, they treat the artist with respect. Hip hop is like the most profitable genre right now,
absolutely,
across the board.
Yeah,
and still, you go to a showcase, and as an artist, you don't even get drink tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I mean, I'm not talking about like the top artists. Obviously, I'm talking about like up and coming artists, independent artists. It's so hard to get treated with any kind of respect.
Yeah.
And you could go for years doing shows for exposure and not getting paid. So when you start to do the business right, everybody else has to follow suit. So like as far as like you guys as a team, whatever management you're doing for the artists and stuff like that, definitely got to do your research. More than go beyond social media, ask around, make sure that you develop like good relationships with other people in the industry that you can trust, at least trust that they're going to be honest with you, so that other movers and shakers, so when you ask them, have you heard about this person, there'll be somebody in the know, you know what I'm saying, that they will have known and heard about this person because they're moving and shaking like they're supposed to. Try to get out of your circle, so this way you can meet more people who's better business. But do great business yourself, and you'll attract other people who are doing great business. So you can kind of weed out the snakes in the grass, because there's a lot of those that they've always been there. They're not going to go anywhere. There's always going to be scammers. There's always going to be these fake ass promoters that's out for $1. They don't even make a lot of money, and that's why they don't pay the artist, or they'll pay one artist, the headliner, and then everybody else just goes for free and brings all their friends and doesn't make a penny off of it. You know what I'm saying? And also, you got to start to be a little picky with the types of events that your artists are going to be making appearances at and performing at. To be picky with who they're doing collaborations with. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, it's for the love, but at some point, you got to start making money off of this and operating. You gotta set the standard, or people are just gonna always lowball you.
You just said everything I wanted to say. Real talk.
I mean,
you're gonna make some enemies probably along the way. Some people might get a little offended, or they're not gonna understand. But it's not for them to understand. It's your business,
and also,
and you got to do what works for the business.
And also, to add on to that, I learned that over the years, everything ain't for everybody, and everything ain't for everyone.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, and I stick with that nowadays. Before I was just learning. Now I'm very picky and cautious of who I deal business with going forward. And Katie knows, like before the pandemic hit, we only did 2 shows with the same promoter.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Ronan, like, yeah, his shows is very good. So, those was the best 2
Shout out
shows,
to Ronan.
I did in 2019 before this pandemic hit. And
but that first show, because I couldn't come to the second one. That first one was fun though.
Yeah, that was fun. Like, but like you said, there's gotta be a respect factor between everybody involved. And before that, I felt like nobody was respecting the artist, or respecting not even respecting the artist, respecting the culture itself.
Yeah.
So,
respecting what y'all can do for each other instead of being.
Also too, like, sorry to cut you off. When we started to feel like that a few years back, we started to travel more. And you do get treated differently when you get out of your own city. Sometimes too, you can oversaturate yourself. If you stay in the same place for too long, people start to get tired of seeing you around at all the same spots. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we got so many venues anymore in New York City where you could go and do a hip hop event.
Agreed.
A lot of those places closed down. So what you need to do is get out of New York and start seeing the rest of the country, start traveling, and you'll see how you get treated differently outside of New York. I'm not saying it's going to change completely, but once people start to see you moving in a different kind of way, they'll approach you differently too. And you can start to charge, and you can start to, ask for certain things and demand certain things so that you feel better about it.
Agreed.
So we're going to take a small little break. Tell us about Time's Up with J30.
Time's Up. This is the one we did on lockdown. It just fell right into place. Jay shot the video and edited the video, SVMG Pictures, and he did the beat, also produced the beat as well, and he sang the hook. And we just kind of did our thing. We found a dope spot and we filmed. We just kind of like let it flow.
Okay, so introduce it for us.
This one is Time's Up, produced by J30. Video's out. Make sure you go look for that. Google it. It's fire. So let's hear it. Time's Up.
Time up, time up, time up, time's up, time's up. When it hourglass finish, time's up. When it clock stop, ticking, time's up. When them streets stop, watch it's time's up. When your friends start back, time's up. Time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough. I've been through it all. I've been through it all.
Dollar bill, heavy chasing bucks. Don't shoot your shot like Mr. Hunt. One wish enough to change your luck. These dreams lead you to downs and ups. I hit them lows, man, I was fucked. No crib, no home, we was on the couch. Cool dolo, not when it's another mouth. Had to hustle hard just to get us out. Scholar all day, long night to sin. Off the books, money make you grin. That cash dough make the pussy spin. Cash flow filled the money bin. Never had money, knew how to spend. Never had clothes, I was forcing in. Didn't need no man, I was fortunate. But I took on men who wasn't offering.
Glass finish, time's up. When it clock stop, ticking, time. When them streets stop, watch it's time. When your friends start back, time's up. Time's rough, 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 time's rough. I've been through it all. I've been through it all.
Fast cash never lasts long. Backed up on rent, nigga, let alone. Car net pass through, back in the hole. No surprise, find myself alone. Where the nigga at, don't pick up the phone. Who you somewhere, me at home. What about his pops, fuck if I know. Where your mom's at, she dead and gone. My mind know this shit is wrong. Eyes bright, future looking grim. Sun getting big, about as tall as him. Still in the trap, trying to ease the pin. Try to work them balls, try to make a flip. Put them balls to work, tell them rate the pitch. I'ma rate the ball, I am man's a bitch. I'ma raise these hands to the next goal limit.
How much glass finish time's up? When it got to stop, take it time's up. When them streets stop, watch it's time. When your friends stop, time's up. Time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough, time's rough. I've been through it all. I've been through it all.
And we back.
Hey,
Woohoo! That was a dope track, though.
thank you.
Yes,
Videos on you can see the video on scholarvmg.com. All our videos are there. All our music is there too.
Yeah, I just made sure I downloaded it on Apple Music. I'm over
Yeah,
here.
that's what we do.
Oh, that was up.
Yeah,
Good
I'm like
looking.
on my joint too. I like that second verse though. I like that. That was some real shit.
Yeah. I try to like one thing I want people to like hear in the music is like the urgency. Like for me, there was always like this urgency to reach a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what crazy shit I was going through and hard times or whatever, like I never kind of got complacent with it. Like there was always this urgency, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like time's up. Like, you know, no more games. Like it's time to get it. You know what I'm saying? For everybody. Like it's crazy that the song was already done, but then the pandemic hit and it was just like perfect timing, you know, to put it out. So just kind of fell into place.
Mala, I gotta thank you so much. First of all, thank you for fighting through the technical difficulty to make it with us.
No problem. There was definitely a struggle, but we got it.
And thank you for accommodating with us. You know, instead of being in studio, you're here with us here. We just wanted to make sure everyone is safe. Everyone, if you know, whatever the weather is outside now, I still haven't checked. But we wanted the best alternative for everyone. So when the project does come out and you're ready to do your media tour, I hope you will come back with us so we can have the proper interview for you.
Most definitely.
But for now, tell them where they can find you and any future other than the project coming out. If you have anything else going on.
Well, I'm working hard on the project. I might drop something in between time if it takes too long. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on the project because I feel like it's there, it's close. But you could catch me on Instagram at Mala Reignz, same thing on Twitter, same thing Facebook, and definitely hit up the site scholarvmg.com. Everything is on there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be directing a lot of traffic to the site. So I kind of like advise independent artists to do the same because things are changing, times are changing, and we giving our stuff away for free on all these other websites. So direct that traffic back to your own website. So yeah, scholarvmg.com, and definitely, you know, hit me up and let me know if you like the songs, if you like the music, you like the video so far. Time's up. Look for that one. It's out right now.
Perfect. Jack of all trades, what you got going on and what is your social?
What I got going on? Well, you know, I can't let the cat out the bag yet. You know why? But Comeback is coming soon. That's gonna be dropping sometime this month. Be on the lookout for that. You can find me at www.livejohnson.com, or for my beats, you can find us at www.edcbeats.com, and on my IG and Twitter at livejohnson718.
Apollo, Where
You
can
know
they
what
find
it is. You can find me on everything at No Apology. I threw it in the picture, but everything is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If I still use it, but everything No Apology. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that is on the live. I enjoy chopping it up with y'all all the time. I learned something new from you, honestly, because you was dropping gems all night. So I appreciate you for being here.
Not a problem.
I like talks like this because you get to learn something.
Yeah.
That's what you got. You can take the advice, or you cannot take the advice. It's on you.
True.
That's the direction your life will go, though. Michael Bostic, aka Buster Hyman, aka Rocky Balboner, aka whatever next month's name is, aka Radio Daddy. Where could they find you?
You guys can find me everywhere, Instagram and Twitter at _ Michael Bostic. I need everybody to go and go to Instagram and check out my last post. I did a video. I have not done a video in a long time. I did a video. We're doing this Rotimi in my bed challenge. So I went ahead and did a verse to it. Everybody go check out that video and tag Rotimi so that he can see it, so we can be,
This is the last week of selection, so we got to make sure we're in it.
last selection. So it's a dope visual shot by KDK over there, Ivy. It's fun. It was fun. And just support it, even if you don't want to tag Rotimi, you scared or whatever. Just support it. Give it a thumbs up. Tell me you like it. Tell me what you didn't like about it. I'd love to hear it.
And it's your homegirl Ivy. We were your Tuesday guilty pleasure. You can catch us everywhere at Rawrrzone NYC. Follow at Michael Bostic. Follow Ray Pearson. Follow Jack of all trades Live Johnson. Follow Mala Reignz. Follow DJ Apollo. Follow Ivy Production. Just follow the whole gang. Follow KDK Photography. And we're all there. We're somewhat out there. We're on Spotify, YouTube, all podcasting platforms. And yeah, next week we got Monty the Mogul. So Apollo, take us out with one more song.
Runs. Bougie. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. Pretty, my pretty pink piece. While you was thinking about pussy, I'm supposed to whip you and your beat. Now give me all of them jewels, wallets, and bags, and all of them keys. I'm popping off plates, switching through states, out running the D's. I did school, I did work, I did play by the rules. But I let it clown and his clown crew, and it's right into the tools. Time to arm up like got the answer, they slaying hoods like they Santa. I'm out here with them shoes, Cupid, crazy deal with no prices. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. It's a drought out of these streets, but I get a lot. I buy the new Audemars, and I get it rocked. You and your watch run the hood, but you get it knocked. Real niggas I link with, but not if you lie. Not if you lie.
You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. I ain't leading you on. The feeling's too strong. I just can't leave you alone. Fixed to my phone. You know that it's on. You know that I waited too long. You put the pussy all on a nigga. Girl, here's my gun, come and pull the trigger. How can you say you ain't missing me? When you got the body I'm trying to see. You got me feeling away. I need it today. Come to the crib, we can fuck anyway. Sipping this Henny, I'm feeling away. You know it's my time to play. Stop playing games. You done with all of these lames. You know my sex comes to claim. Tonight I'm gonna need every part of you. And you know it's needed from you. In my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed. You can meet me in my bed, in my bed.
Four o'clock in the club, still tipping. Ice on my wrist, girl, I know I got you dripping. Big bag on me, yeah, you know the flow different. Came from the bottom, I ain't have a pot to piss in. Stay up on my bully like a young Scottie Pippen. Tell me why you screaming, girl, I only put the tip in. Beating on your box like the Detroit Pistons. Real nigga, yeah, beneficial. They only fucking with you if it's beneficial. Fake news, man, they always tryna bend the issues. And fuck what you heard, man, my pen official. Real nigga, I shouldn't have to say it. I don't count paper no more. Nigga, I weigh it all, facts, no cap. And I never have to fake it. Mad dog with the hits, I just need compensation. A lot of y'all doing the most. How you top 5 with no hits and claim you the GOAT? In the drip too hard, I had to build me a moat. Yeah, she asked for the Addy, but the olive remote. Said
Oh, wow, kick. National. Thinking out loud. Oh my God, it's loud. Got my head in the clouds. Oh shit, man, I must have got my weight up. Cause every time I look around, these people throwing hate up. Like, wait up, cash. Why? I'm just trying to catch up. Why? I might respect you hating niggas to best up. Bitch, I'm all about the money, ain't nothing less. And if you want me paper, motherfucker, cut the check. You talking shit, let's talk numbers. Now bet, let's do me more chicken by the summer. It's a new year, only me, new things. Me and my team did with true shit. Two chains, ain't who you saying cash ain't bout that. For the stick, you get smoked like an outback. For the crown, nigga, we gon' have the house that. Think a girl like we spouse that, spouse that, spouse that, spouse that, spouse that, spouse that. Bitch, for my dick, I'm out back. Oh, I'm all about it, dollar ain't no loose change. Don't touch my dope, it kicks to the throat, Luke Kane.
That ain't right. God. This girl's a pretty young thing.
He and gang was in the spot. He was making bottles pop. About 10 bottles straight, Henny on the rocks. B80 to my left, he was pouring bitches shots. And I'm on my 5th cup, so I'm feeling kinda hot. Now they love in the crew. Bitches in my ear saying what they tryna do. I wonder if they know mama didn't raise a fool. So some bottles to my left, that's when I saw you. Let me tell you about she. Nice little smile with the Gucci's on feet. Cool cat jeans, her shirt Versace. Her section held down, more bottles than me. Then she called me Miss Dear. I tried to say something, but she really couldn't hear. Made my way across, then she pulled back her head. Then I whispered in her ear.
Do what you said you wanna do to me. I ain't coming for no games, I gotta move to me. You can change that last card if you move it, babe. All white thing looking like a moon to me.
She liked the way I groove. Said she liked the